So tonight, NBC5 investigates the epilogue of a story that is 33 years in the making, the New Year's night murder of a teenager in 1992, and the botched police work that left the boy's mother on an eternal search for justice. Investigative reporter Chuck Goudie has been following this case for decades.
Tonight, a mother's final justice. NBC5 investigates learned child killer Robert Serritella died in state prison while serving a 45-year sentence for the murder of Skokie teenager David Chereck. After killing 15-year-old Chereck, Serritella remained free for 2 decades. He was eventually prosecuted only after a TV news investigation did what law enforcement didn't. We bothered to look for him.
You're a seeker of the truth. And I like that, my friend.
The truth about Robert Serritella: he was a killer hiding in plain sight for 20 years.
A 15-year-old boy out with friends doesn't come home.
Since New Year's Day, 1992, when he murdered this smiling Skokie teenager who was out with friends from Niles West High School. David Chereck went bowling, picked up snacks at a neighborhood store, and walked in the park, until Serritella lured him into his car and strangled him with his own scarf, shoving the body out in a forest preserve. Serritella baited detectives and even the victim's parents with phone calls and tidbits of information, but wasn't arrested back then, and Forest Preserve police lost track of him and seemingly lost interest in him. Then, in 1998, while reporting at ABC7, I found Serritella in Las Vegas, and in this lengthy interview, he admitted seeing David Chereck the last night of the teenager's life.
As I was traveling down the street there, this boy waved his hand at me, and I was going about 35 miles an hour, and I didn't know what he was waving about, so I stopped.
Did you kill that boy?
No, I didn't. I don't even know who did, except I saw this fella in the car, and I saw this car pull into the Forest Preserve.
Serritella proceeded to offer details of the murder that were not publicly known. In 2014, Cook County's cold case squad reevaluated what Serritella had told me 16 years earlier, re-examined the evidence against him, and made an arrest. A jury found him guilty, and he was imprisoned until early January of this year, when the Illinois Department of Corrections sent this notice: Serritella had died at Menard Prison.
My immediate thought was not, one of those shrieking, great. It was that he died in prison, not at home in his own bed. That's all I thought about. That he was paying for the crime. He was paying for his crime.
Esther Chereck, David's mother, lost her only son. And then David's father, Alan, died in 2000 of cancer and with a broken heart. And so each morning when she opens her eyes on a new day, Esther, now alone, sees this portrait of her late son hanging across the room.
Was justice served in this case?
Justice delayed was served. It doesn't change my life because I lost my son so many years ago. Not only I lost my son, I had to watch everybody else grow up. Everybody else that I knew that were his age graduated high school, went to college, got married, have children. They're all in the 49-year-old range right now.
Are David and Serritella in the same place right now?
No. I don't believe a God that is all forgiving. And I don't think about Serritella. I think about my son and the joy that he brought me. And that's also from my faith, that he's okay. So I'll be okay until I meet with him again.
Esther Chereck says the wheels of justice move too slowly in her son's case, and that for parents of murdered children, there is no such thing as closure. Tonight, though, when she closes her eyes, she says she will no longer have to see the face of the man who took her son. Instead, she will hear her son's last words to her in 1992 when he told her, "I love you." Chuck Goudie, NBC5 investigates.
All right, Chuck, thank you very much.